I have to fundraise. I shouldn't have to fundraise. I should be serving every 2 years if you're in the House.
Yeah.
It's untenable. But the fact that people are coming into Congress serving themselves, which is why, Marjorie Taylor Greene has she ain't come in with a lot of money. They are insider trading. And if we can't do it, they shouldn't be able to do it either. Matter of fact, they shouldn't be able to trade, period, if you're serving in Congress, because it's too much opportunity there.
I would take it a step further. I would say that you should not make more in Congress than the median income of the state that you're serving from.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
So I'm on this thing about politicians and holding them accountable and how we should do that. So I do actually want to play Smith. Which clip did I want to play? I said I want. Oh, so in Tennessee, which is another state that I think is ripe for. I don't think we have Democrats. Somebody in the Nubia chat said there are not enough Democrats, registered Democrats. That doesn't matter. People are not voting based on political ideology, period. If they're being honest, it's like, I don't like this person. I don't like how they look. They don't care whether it's an R and a D. They've been conditioned to think I'm a Republican because I'm a racist, because R stands for racist right now. But, that's what we're looking at, right? It's not political, because they can't even tell you what the damn, what they stand for. They just, I don't like them trans people in the bathroom. I don't like that black person over there. These Mexicans, I can't stand them.
But that argument about trans people in the bathroom is starting to fall away anyway, because people can't afford Thanksgiving dinner, right? And so when you've got nut jobs like Marjorie Taylor Greene going out here saying Republicans don't have a plan to deal with housing, right? Like when you've got those people like that coming out and saying something, you've got a problem, because she's not talking about like trans people are the problem. She's like, people can't buy houses. Right. And like, don't get me wrong. I am not making the argument for MTG to be, baptized and like, we forgive you, because she's a hot fucking mess. But the things that she's talking about now are the things that 47 said that he was going to be fixing, and he ain't fixing it. And people are starting like, I don't know if you've seen it, Karen, but I've seen the people taking off their MAGA hats and saying, I ain't MAGA anymore, right?
I saw that, but let's not be fooled again. I had a caller call up saying we should give Marjorie Taylor Greene some grace because, I was like, nah, she won't get any from here because everything she's doing is self-serving. But,
why are you going to give somebody grace for being like...
But hold on.
Yeah.
But to that point, good. Wake the F up. I'm glad you're waking up. I'm not going to give you any special dispensation because you have finally seen the light, even though it is self-serving because the man has been treating you poorly. So you're mad. You're big mad. It's a selfish thing that she's doing. But I don't care as long as the result is people start talking about the things that actually matter.
Exactly. And like, I'm not going to give anybody applause for being decent people. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, go above and beyond, then I'll give you some applause. But she is basically just doing what a decent person should be doing. So nobody should applaud that. People should be like, okay, and that's the way we should be thinking about it.
And if we're being honest, she still votes against your rights and resources. She still voted for the big beautiful bill. She still is going to vote for all of the horrible things that will cause harm to the people that need it the most. So, yeah. What do we think about Representative Tim Burchett? He's a Republican from Tennessee's 2nd Congressional District. He said something interesting that made me sit up as well. He's been slamming lawmakers again.
For trading. Yeah.
Insider trading. People are waking up. I appreciate it. Smith, play Tim Burchett's clip, please.
Somebody asked me if I was going to wear my jacket up there, and I said, to quote the immortal words of Henry Winkler when he played the Fonz, I always rumble in this jacket, because that's what we're up against. This is a fist fight, folks. This is, everybody talks about this place being a dadgum swamp. It's not a swamp. A swamp is something cool God created. It filters water. Animal life lives and flourishes around it. This is a sewer. This is created by man, and it needs to stop. We've, for years, Congress has been using hard-working American taxpayers' money to get rich. Dadgum, it's got to stop. America knows what the heck's going on. Everybody wants to knock Pelosi. Heck, she's not even in the top 10 Get on that Unusual Whales site. This is pathetic, folks. We all know what's going on. Congress knows what the hell's going on, and it needs to stop. This body has been enriching itself on the taxpayers' dime for too dadgum long, and it's got to stop. This place is crooked and is crooked as a dog's leg. That's an old East Tennessee saying, but it's the truth, and it needs to stop. America knows what's going on. We're in committee meetings. We hear things before y'all do. We can make those connections. When you see a member of this body making 400, 500, 600 trades a year,
wow,
you know something's wrong. And I want to say something. I'm going to get these guys mad at me, but I really don't care because they can't vote in my district. This thing ain't going to pass. If we're going to pass something in the House, and then guess what? The Senate will either, one, not take it up, or they'll come back in righteous indignation and say, oh, we need to make this stronger, something totally ridiculous, and they'll send it back to us. This is a scam that's being played on the American public, and it needs to stop. Let's quit with this nonsense. Let's give America a reason to trust Congress for once in our miserable lives. This is our chance to stand up and say, we hear what you're saying, America. We're going to fix this dadgum problem. But we probably won't do it. And I'll remain ticked off the rest of the day because of this.
Dadgum. Dadgummit.
Dadgummit.
You better say that. I was like, yes. I've been talking about the insider trading because I can't insider trade. I trade. I don't know. I'm not passing bills and then I'm able to capitalize on them. And he's right. Nancy Pelosi was rich before she came in. They got richer. It's a conversation I've had many times with Keith Ellison. He was like, everybody comes in. If they come in poor, they leave rich because they're able to do it. There's too much money. I have to fundraise. I shouldn't have to fundraise. I should be serving every 2 years if you're in the House.
Yeah.
It's untenable. But the fact that people are coming into Congress serving themselves, which is why, Marjorie Taylor Greene has she ain't coming with a lot of money. They are insider trading. And if we can't do it, they shouldn't be able to do it either. Matter of fact, they shouldn't be able to trade, period, if you're serving in Congress because there's too much opportunity there.
I would take it a step further. I would say that you should not make more in Congress than the median income of the state that you're serving from.
I love that.
Right?
I love
because
that.
then you have some incentive to like change the laws and to change the rules, right? Like
That's right.
that is not a liberal or a leftist position, right? That is a position that is squarely on the, like, if you want to be a servant of the people, be a servant of the people. You should not make more than the median income of your state. And if you want the people in your state to make more money, you should actually be voting for them to make more money. Like we shouldn't be like people like during the shutdown, everybody was yelling about SNAP benefits. Like everybody's saying, why are we talking about SNAP benefits and not talking about the reasons we have SNAP benefits? Do you know what I'm saying? Like having SNAP benefits is a failure of a country. We are the richest country in the world and we can't feed all of our people without government assistance, right? That is a failure of the government. That is not a failure of people. Poverty is not a failure of people. It is failure of the capitalist system, which requires there to be losers. In order for capitalism to work, there needs to be winners, there needs to be losers.
That's
and
right.
if we can just change the ratio of what losing looks like, so that if you lose, it's just like you can't buy a PlayStation, but you can still eat and you can still get healthcare. I'm okay with that. Right? Let's change the ratio for where people are not losing because, like when I was a kid growing up with no electricity at certain points, right? Like I don't want people to not have electricity. That should be a right. You should be able to live in a place that has hot water, electricity, and lights and all this other stuff without some system going, well, you ain't pay your bill this week. So like that is a failure of, we are the richest country in the world, in the world. And we got poor people. We are about to have a trillionaire. Right? The electric asshole is about to be a trillionaire, right? We got people who are like, I just saw a post recently on.
Well, he's not a citizen though.
Yeah, but he's here.
He's not even a citizen.
He's here.
Well, he is a citizen. He has become a citizen, but he's an immigrant. Isn't he an immigrant?
He's an
great immigrant story. Isn't that a great don't we love it when people come? Anyway, I just want to shout out Tim Burkett again. Those of you who live in Tennessee, again, we're going to be fair here. This man said some things that need to be said, and he's absolutely right. It's not going to get done because the people love the money too much. They don't love the people. They love the money too much, and we know they're selling us out for themselves.
Yeah,
we know
absolutely.
that. So now
all of them. And this is a thing that people have a tendency to be like, but the Democrats. I'm like, no, it's the Democrats and the Republicans. It's
Correct.
like everybody. This is
Correct.
not a partisan issue. Like I don't call myself a Democrat specifically because of things like this, right? Because I don't want to be connected to the party, right? I am an egalitarian leftist. I believe that if you're going to take my money and force me to take my money, you should use my money to do what I want you to do with it, which is take care of poor people, make sure women have rights, make sure trans and LGBTQIA people are safe, make sure Black and brown kids can eat lunch. That's what I want you to do with my money, not send $40 billion to Israel when they have free health care and free education, and we can't get it, but we're paying for their wars? Like,
or Venezuela.
Or Venezuela?
Who the hell? Okay. So I'm going to play this clip. I was going to play Steve Cohen, Democrat from Tennessee, who is pissing me off too. Like, he needs to be quiet, shut up, sit down somewhere. But Rich Layton had 5 rules to F-U-C-K, unfax.
Unfuck. I'll say it. You won't have to say it. Okay. I'll say it.
Yes.
I'll say it for you.
Yes. 5 rules to
unfuck
Congress. Yes. Okay. Play the clips, Miz.
How I would fix how fucked up the United States Congress is with 5 simple rules. The first rule obviously being term limits. The people in Congress should be just like the president. They are only allowed to serve 2 terms. Then they can make way for someone else who has something else to say. Rule number 2, congressmen and women are paid the median salary of the state they represent. The congressman or woman wants to make more money, they need to take action to raise the median salary of the people in their state. This will immediately guarantee that they understand the people they represent. And I know people are going to say that would be hard to do because they have to go back and forth between Washington and their state. That leads me to rule number 3. No more traveling to Washington, and also no overseas travel paid by the taxpayer. Now, how will we accomplish this? Easy. We all know what fucking Zoom is. It is 2024. There is no fucking reason for our representatives to be traveling to Washington. There is no reason they have to meet in the same fucking room. You just install big-ass iPads on each chair, and they can talk it out over Zoom. It's fucking insane that we are paying for our representatives to travel all the way across the country just to fucking vote. All we need is big-ass iPads, secure push-button voting technology, and video conferencing technology. 3 things we already have. As for the overseas travel, there is zero fucking reason for a representative from Idaho to have to go to Paris on official business. They are not foreign dignitaries. They are not part of some international Peace Corps. They are representatives of their state, so they need to stay in their fucking state. Now, if they want to go overseas on vacation, that's fine. They can pay for it themselves. But there's absolutely no fucking reason taxpayers should be footing the bill for representatives or senators to fly overseas. Now, without them traveling all over the place, that's going to free up a lot of time. And that'll lead into rule number 4, which is single-issue bills only. Any bill that's submitted to be voted on can only be about one single issue. There is no fucking reason a veterans benefit bill should have anything unrelated to veterans in it. It should be putting up one issue at a time, voting on one issue at a time, and passing or not passing one bill at a time. Want more money for Ukraine? Put up a bill that is just the Ukraine funding. Don't combine it with some bill giving benefits to old people to try to make everyone feel bad and vote yes. If a bill or an issue can't pass on its own merits, then it doesn't need to be passed. And lastly, rule number 5. Anytime a member of Congress speaks to the media or the American people, it is automatically assumed that they are under oath and can be charged with perjury for lying to the American people. And if through a jury of their peers, preferably that jury should also be made up of the residents of the state they represent, they will be immediately removed from office. And that's it. 5 rules to unfuck Congress.
Who is this guy and how do I find him?
His name is Rich Layton, Leighton. And can we start with term limits?
Yes.
All right, because we have a congressperson that glitches out, falls down. We had another one.
404 errors.
Like we have another one who has dementia.
Yep.
And one's a Republican, one's a Democrat. So we're gonna be fair here, right?
Yep.
We know they have dementia. Before that, it was Feinstein.
Yep.
She was in a. She couldn't. I don't even know if she was present. Y'all, term limits are important for 2 reasons. Yep. First of all, and maybe you do 4 terms in Congress because it's every, and the House because it's every 2 years. Maybe do 4 terms. The Senate is 6 years. So do two terms there like the president. Yep. But here's what it allows you to build a succession plan. You can groom and mentor a group of people who will come and replace you and give that institutional knowledge. It will allow you to not get complacent because you only have 2 years to get something done or 4 years to get something done. You only have these 2 terms or these 4 terms to get this done, and then you'll be held accountable. I love the idea of term limits for not just Congress but for the Supreme Court. That shouldn't be a job for life. It shouldn't be a job for life. Should not be a job for life. It should not be a job for life. period. Term limits are important.
Yep.
Because we're too lazy, unfortunately, to vote people out and to primary them. So we're okay with people running unopposed.
Like this whole thing with like people making the money, being accountable for what you say so that people don't get out there and lie. And this is also like not a left versus right thing, right? Because I have talked to people who are insiders in Washington, D.C. And I remember, Karen, walking through, I don't think I told you the story. I won't tell you who it was, but I was walking through the halls of Congress with somebody I know who worked with a congressperson. And my congressperson's office was there. He was a Republican and he was as crooked as the day is long, right? He ended up getting kicked out, right? And I was like, there's my congressman. He's crooked. And my friend who was working in Congress stopped very dramatic toward me and turned to me and said, Joel, they all are. Like 100%, like left, right, or other, right? He said they all are. And he started going down a list of all the things that these Democrats were doing and Republicans were doing. And it was wild. And these are people I vote for. And so now, whenever I meet someone who is a politician, I legitimately will message my friend to say, is this a good person? Because I can't trust what they're saying in public.
I was just having a civics lesson because somebody's mad that Mamdani is going to meet. A bunch of people meet with the president of the United States tomorrow. And, initially I was like, but then I'm like, it's $7 billion on the line. Is he going to give him the middle finger and make sure that you don't get the $7 billion? A lot of money. And New York City needs that money. And that man needs that money. He cannot. And he's a politician. And let's stop deifying politicians because we like them. Exactly. Let's stop putting them on. They are there for your rights and resources, period. Okay. Yeah. Which means they shouldn't be traveling to Paris and to Turkey and to Israel. Like, why? And I love
this is exactly the problem with MAGA is that they are deifying their people, right? Like this is the one, like this is like I like
not
this
just
is
MAGA, not just MAGA. We
MAGA
all do it.
We all do it, but not to the extent that MAGA has done it, right?
That's
to
not
the
true.
Point where they,
I think
so.
I think Mamdani. I think Obama was deified. I think Jasmine Crockett is being deified. I think we do it.
But I think Obama was deified, for much more symbolic reasons. But I think when you start talking to people about him now, though, right? People start seeing like you didn't go far enough here, you didn't do this much here, you took an easy way out. So people have lots of criticisms of him. Even people who supported him while he was in office, like some of the leftists that supported him, had criticisms of him then, right? So I think that people, and so when you look like if Obama had been accused of being a pedophile and there was reasonable evidence of that, right, my grandma would have taken his picture off the wall. Do you know what I'm saying? And my grandma would have taken it off the wall.
I don't know. I've been sitting here long enough. I done had people call up to defend R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, and Puffy. I've had people call up.
There would be, but like there would look at what's happening with the majority. Like the majority of MAGA, not Republicans, the majority of MAGA right now defending pedophiles, going out there and making arguments, like that shit that Megyn Kelly said about, he was only into 15-year-old girls, right? Like going out and doing that. Like there are always going to be crazy people who tell you that Bill Cosby was trying to buy CBS and that's the reason why they took him down, not the fact that he was drugging women and raping them, right? There are always going to be those people, but the loud people,
it was NBC. It was NBC.
Yeah, NBC. You know that story.
You got to be accurate,
So I mean, it's that kind of thing, right? And I think that's the thing that I see. Like people come into my comment section and they're like, you have Trump derangement syndrome. And I'm like, I don't make I've never made Obama my personality. I don't make any politician my personality. You guys make him your person. People getting tattoos and decorating their houses and open up sandwich shops named Trump and all. Like I drive in my hometown. There's a place in where I'm from in Virginia. They're trying to change the name to the place to be Trumpville, USA.
No.
Trumptown, USA. Yes.
No.
Absolutely. It is wild. Right?
Okay, that is a little crazy.
And as much as Obama meant to Black people in general, I do not believe that he meant as much to Black people as Trump means to white people, not people who happen to be white people.
I know what you're saying. I understand.
How are they going to
understand.
elect a white supremacist president that doesn't do anything for white people? That's just the question I need to answer. Like, somebody needs to answer that question for me.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We